Greetings, I'm Dike Rostant. Welcome to In Depth. We are getting closer to TIC 2022, the Trade and Investment Convention. We build on previous conversations with HADCO Limited Food and Beverage Division Marketing Manager Marc Clarke and Marketing Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association, Brittney Ramdeen. And we want to say welcome. We want to start off with you, please, Ms. Ramdeen. Bells and whistles, tell us about them. What can we look forward to during the opening ceremony for TIC this year?
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here. This year, we have a lot to look forward to at TIC. Our opening ceremony officially launches on the 24th of August at the Center of Excellence in the Perennial Hall, and we have a new cultural performance aspect that we're adding to it. It's done by the Tobago Performing Arts Company as part of a partnership that we are having with the Tobago House of Assembly. Our other partner, the HADCO Group, has also partnered with us this year again, and they are going to be there sampling their new sugar-free creamery ice cream, which we're all looking forward to. Our other partners this year are InvestTT, we have FEMCO, we have AS Bridens, to name a few. We look forward to having them there. Our featured speaker at the event this year is the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Keith Rowley. We are looking forward to having him there amongst our other esteemed invited guests.
And I want thank you very much for that, Ms. Ramdeen. And I want to ask you, please, Mr. Clarke. Now, people don't stone empty mango tree. Now, HADCO has partnered with TIC over the years. What benefit does TIC bring to the HADCO brand? Build that out for me, thank you.
Our partnership with TIC spans approximately 15 years. We would have first utilized it to showcase our Happy Time brand of ice cream cones. We followed later on with some brands within our electrical and lighting division, and we were able to highlight, some of the products that we had under that division. With our ventures within the export market and specifically within the Caribbean export market through our Creamy Novelty brand and Happy Times, and soon our Midcoast Steel Pans. It is an excellent opportunity to meet with foreign buyers or foreign business people who may be seeking opportunities to expand their portfolio by distributing locally manufactured products from Trinidad and Tobago. And we believe that these relationships really present an opportunity to increase foreign exchange earnings, as well as which is essential for our company's operation as well as to the economy as a whole.
And I like the fact that you speak about relationships as opposed to just what your product offerings are. What do you ascribe a range to it? What kind of ratio? How important is the relationship to the aspect of saying, okay, well, this is a person that I want to engage into a business partnership with?
I mean, we've had many success stories through this partnership. The most significant, again, being the Creamy Novelties brand and our Happy Time brand. We've been able to form new business linkages within the region and from the TIC and that long-standing partnership, we've been able to actually get selling of our products within eight Caribbean islands, and we continue to grow. And the hope is through this year's activity, we'll be able to expand that from 8 to maybe 12. But it really is a partnership that we value and one that we have levels of success to showcase for.
Thank you so much. And Ms. Ramdeen, I like the fact that you reminded us of the date. So it's the 24th of August, so we're looking forward to it. And the first conversation we had, it seems as though all the exhibitor opportunities were exhausted. So people really latched onto this, saying that we want to be a part of this. But give us an idea though, please, Ms. Ramdeen, different aspects that persons can look forward to. And this is after, I guess, restrictions in the pandemic have been relaxed a little bit. So what are some of those things? I mean, you've given us a bit of an itinerary, but what are some of the other things that we can look forward to?
Well, we tried our best this year to add new elements to the show because this is the first physical show we're having since the first lockdown. So we have a number of new companies exhibiting, and they are launching new products and samples for our buyers and our consumers. We also have on the Saturday, which is the 27th of August, Associated Brands Industries has partnered with us, and they will be there with the Jungle Jam truck. You can come on down with your families and win prizes for your children. We have a whole list of new prizes there, from trips, staycations, hampers, anything you could think about, we have it there.
And What kind of response were you getting from people who wanted to exhibit when you all just put out the call and saying, okay, well, we're doing this, we're going to be physical, we're going to allow this sort of interaction to take place? What were people saying apart from just buying up or making use of those exhibitor opportunities?
Well, at the beginning, there were some skeptical people, but we actually sold out really early this year. The entire show was sold out by the end of May. And people are quite shocked now because they're looking for spaces, but we're all booked up until next year.
And talk to that person who's looking for a space, Ms. Ramdeen, in terms of saying, okay, well, you may not be able to exhibit, but at the same time, we still think this is why you should come and have your physical presence there, even though you may not be exhibiting with TIC for 2022.
Well, it does still make sense to come on down to the show. Even if you can't exhibit, you could always meet with the exhibitors and set up meetings with them. You can register on our TTMA website, ttma.com/TIC, to attend free as a buyer or a consumer on any of the 3 days from the 25th to the 27th of August. And you can contact the TTMA Secretariat at 675-8862, where we will be happy to answer any questions about registration or attendance.
All right, thank you so much. And Mr. Clarke, we have about 2 minutes on this side of the conversation. What do you look for in terms of performance indicators? So you just spoke about possibly moving from 8 to 12 countries in the region. But are there things that if this box is ticked, you said, yes, we had a good time at TIC 2022. What are some of those things?
I didn't hear the question clearly.
What are some of those key performance indicators that you're looking forward to say, yes, we continue and it makes sense to be part of TIC?
I mean, the key performance indicators will definitely be the number of samples that we distribute, consumer feedback, which is integral for us when you're in the field of, developing products, especially locally manufactured, where you have the ability to, modify recipes, modify packaging, that kind of stuff. So it would be primarily for us to look at the number of samples we've distributed, key consumer feedback, and the opportunities to meet with foreign investors or foreign buyers. So those would be the 3 areas that we would focus on in terms of measuring or as a KPI.
All right, so we want to thank you this. And so far, and we take a short break. When we come back, we continue speaking with HADCO and TTMA about TIC 2022. Stay with us. We return with more. Welcome back. We are speaking with TTMA Marketing Officer Brittney Ramdeen, as well as the Food and Beverage Division Marketing Manager Marc Clarke. And Mr. Clarke, TIC aligning with HADCO's vision for 2022 into 2023 as we move beyond the pandemic. What are some of those things that you look forward and say, yes, our ethos, it dovetails with each other?
As the HADCO Group continues to expand our range of products, particularly within the manufacturing industry, we believe this partnership will offer us the opportunity to enter new and emerging markets, of course, forming alliances across the region. And, with the continued advice and guidance and support from the TTMA, whose objectives are very much aligned to us in terms of showcasing Trinidad and Tobago's products to the wider Caribbean. We expect it to grow from strength to strength. We have been seeing the success of the partnership through our brands and through making inroads within new countries within the CARICOM and hopefully within the more international market. And we see it as a mutually beneficial partnership because the objectives are very much aligned in terms of expanding or exporting, selling the local goods and services that we have within TT.
Thank you so much for that. And so penetrating markets is one thing, but what about supply or shoring up supplies of inputs? Is that one of the things that you all do with regard to networking during TIC? Because I see it stands to reason that if there is a place that is closer that can supply inputs, most likely you'll get it for a reduced price. You're looking for consistency, so there's a lot of research and development. Is that part of the conversation during TIC?
Yes, at TIC, we have the business-to-business meetings, which we set up. This year it's virtual, but there may also be some physical ones at the show itself because there is a demand for it. And during these meetings, many people, they generate business for imports, they export, they get into new markets. It's something that we actually advertise as well because it's something that we want to provide for our exhibitors.
It makes me wonder whether or not there's some of these things that can be bottled and not necessarily sold, but shared after the fact. So some of the talks, these B2B interactions, they're recorded in a way that people can go back to them, see some of the points, get some of the liner notes, and say, okay, well, yes, this is a point that I lost while I was there physically, but at the same time I see it here so I can take advantage of it, Ms. Ramdeen?
We don't record the B2B meetings because those are private conversations between exhibitors and buyers, but some of our webinars do offer trainings and ways to get into exporting or importing, and those are pre-recorded, which we share on our social media pages.
And with that in mind, remind me once more of the website and how it is people interact, see the schedule of events, saying, okay, well, this is the day that the Jungle Jam truck is going to be there, this is the day that this is happening. Give me that information, thanks.
You can go onto any of the TTMA or TIC social media pages, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, or you can go onto ttma.com/TIC where you can register as a buyer or a consumer to attend, and there's also the webinar schedule there as well.
What are you looking for in terms of creamery and these new products? How long does it take to actually say, okay, well, this is something that we are ready to bring to the market now, and TIC is the area that we want to do that with, Mr. Clarke? Mr. Clarke?
I'm struggling to hear.
I'm so sorry about that. Asking in terms of research and development, how do you decide, okay, well, this is a product that we want to be launching or focusing on during TIC? What is some of the processes that go into something like that?
Definitely, we would look at our innovation pipeline, and through that, working with the team, we would identify some of the key products within our range that we think can be exported or appeals to the Caribbean diaspora. Now, luckily for us, we're in the business of ice cream and cones, so it's very straightforward and simple. I guess the more appealing part would be, you know, the more Korean-based flavors like salsa, for example, and we've just recently launched a no sugar added line of ice creams focusing specifically on those consumers that want to lead a healthier lifestyle. So products like that, which are new to the market or which are within the innovation pipeline, is what we will try to push out in addition to the regular pre-existing range. But the focus for TIC this year will be on our no sugar added range and driving that education to our consumers, as well as the placement of our novelties or lollies and the other range within the creamery novelties umbrella.
And you say that, and I want to follow that conversation a little bit in the sense that Ms. Ramdeen would have said that at the beginning, even though the exhibitor options sold out so quickly, there were some people who were a bit skeptical at first. I'm wondering, what was HADCO's position on that? You said it's about 15 years, but at the same time, drunk or sober, mind your business. So what was the process of saying, okay, well, yes, we want to be a part of it this year. Yes, we want to get ready. Take us through those steps. Thank you.
Again, the audio seems to be...
Oh, so we'll see if we can work on that. But I know some people were a bit skeptical at the beginning of it. This is what Ms. Ramdeen was saying. So was that one of HADCO's positions? If it was, how did you all move past that to say, okay, well, 15 years we've been involved with this, we want to continue?
I guess the proof is in the pudding. We have seen the results of participating in the TIC, and we know that it is worthwhile. It's worth the investment. I actually would encourage other locally manufactured companies to get on board. The true potential is being at the conference. It's being there showcasing your products. It's key. It's twofold for us from the perspective of, yes, you get the business opportunities through the business days, but you also get the consumer interaction, which is key in the development of your products. So there's usually days when consumers, regular people outside of the business industry, can come in and visit your booths and interact, and that drives the level of education. And you know, the education builds the awareness. We do the sampling, so you get the trial, and in the end, of course, you'll get the purchases taking place. So for us, it was not a nerve-wracking, difficult decision. It's back. Let's give the support. We know the benefit of it. Let's make the investment.
Thank you so much. And I like the fact that you use the word education so much, Mr. Clarke. And Ms. Ramdeen, Are there any things that you said, okay, well, coming out of this period where we are a lot more virtual than physical, but we're physical now, so are there any things that you wanted to keep virtual, or what are some of those pros while we're having TIC 2022, Ms. Ramdeen?
Well, we realized over the last couple of years, the business-to-business section and the webinar series, those two worked perfectly being virtual. We may still have some once there's a demand for it physically, but it worked really great for us virtually. Everyone was able to attend and get the knowledge that they wanted out of the sessions.
Okay, and Mr. Clarke, you wanted to add something to that?
I was just basically saying it's I guess it's twofold in terms of the benefits. Certain types of activities, yes, you want can work virtually, but for exhibitors in particular, the key message really is that one-to-one interaction with especially your consumers, you know, and your prospective buyers. So I think this year has given us the opportunity to merge the both. But either which way, it's exciting times, and I think the technology or the fast tracking to this level is something that we're welcoming both organizations.
And I know you said that the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Now, when you're talking about ice cream, you can't be sharing or have people distributing, giving feedback and pushing it through a screen. So, but with that in mind, though, what are some of the things that you have in place looking at safety, trying to keep a level of safety even while you're exhibiting, Mr. Clarke?
So for us, we'll be serving individual sizes of the ice cream so that it will be, there's no scooping, there's very limited contact or contamination. Of course, our promoters will wear their gloves, masks, and of course, we'll ask consumers to maintain the social distancing. Of course, all our team are fully vaccinated as well. So it would be looking at the product, within the product range that we have, how can we safely distribute the samples to the consumers that are coming there? And I think so far we have a somewhat foolproof plan that allows for us to drive the trial in a safe manner.
All right, and it's one thing to say, okay, well, we're getting this from a specific exhibitor, and I want to ask for a more general aspect in terms of those precautions, those logistics that have been put into place, Ms. Ramdeen?
Yes, so we are not mandating mask wearing, but it is recommended, especially for persons who are doing sampling. We will have stations set up for sanitizing, and there will be a fog entrance to enter the Center of Excellence as well.
All right, so just before we go, the 24th of August, and you gave us the information, so let me just have a 30 seconds from each of you. Thank you. I'll start with you, please, Mr. Clarke, and then you bring the curtains down, Ms. Ramdeen. Any closing words from you, Mr. Clarke?
No, I'm good. I'm looking forward to interacting with our consumers and for growing our business from strength to strength. Again, thanks to the TTMA for hosting this activity, and we're looking forward to partnering for many years to come.
Thank you so much. The last 30 seconds is yours, Ms. Ramdeen.
We look forward to our buyers and consumers attending and interacting with our exhibitors at the Center of Excellence from the 25th of August to the 27th, and we welcome you to the largest business-to-business trade show in the region.
Thank you so much, Brittney Ramdeen, Marketing Officer, TTMA, as well as Marc Clarke, Marketing Manager, HADCO Limited Food and Beverage Division. This has been In Depth on behalf of the entire news team. I'm Dike Rostant. Thank you so much for joining us.